What if I told you that one of India's fastest growing hotel chains built its entire empire without actually owning most of its hotels? In just a decade, this company has expanded into 15 properties across 6 cities with over 700 rooms, and now they're gearing up for an IPO. With a business model that is faster and more profitable than traditional hotels, this company has generated 32 crores in revenue last year, and now they're just getting started. This is the story of Grand Continent Hotels, and today we are here to hear it straight from the man who built it all, Mr. Ramesh Shiva, the founder and managing director. Mr. Shiva, GCH has grown rapidly. So let's start from the basics. What is the business model and what problem are you solving?
Okay, Grand Continent Hotel is a boutique hotel and we operate a mid-segment of crowd and we cater to lots of corporates, leisure travelers, people who have pilgrimage tours, and we also cater to the other segments who require a place to stay at a very comfort level, very hygienic standards, and moreover at a very affordable prices. The basic concept of GCH is we cater, we serve, and we to the people who what standards they expect in a 5-star hotel, they can expect it at our hotel with a lower rate at an affordable prices. This is the main success of this hotel. So, merely to talk about more about GCH, GCH started 15 years before, that is in 2011, 14 years to be precise, we started 14 years before. The concept of the hotel is we lease hotels, we manage the hotels and we operate the hotels. So, this is what we do in Grand Continent Hotels.
Understood. And sir, how is it different from other big hotel chains like a Taj or Marriott?
See, Taj, Marriott and other brands, they manage the properties. They don't get into leasing aspects and they don't get into the other aspects of what Grand Continent does. Grand Continent not only leases the property, they take the entire P&L into their account. We operate the hotel, we manage the hotel, all the staffs are in the roles of Grand Continent. Everything from the top to the bottom, everything is handled by Grand Continent, and everything, whatever comes to the bottom line belongs to the Grand Continent.
So sir, how does GCH acquire new properties?
That's a good question. The success of GCH today is only on the locations of these hotels. The location of the hotel plays a very important role in the success of these properties. How do we identify a hotel? First, we find out which place we are really interested in and where the demand is. Once we know that there is a demand in that particular area, then we do a research on what is the supply in that hotel, what is the demand in that hotel, what is the footfalls in this place. So based on these 3 things which we find out, and then we find out who are the corporates nearby, which are the hospitals nearby, which are the pilgrimage centers nearby. Finding out all this, we'll have a clarity on where to select. Once we identify the place, the next what we do is identify the building in that location. If that suits our budget and if it comes within our budget, then we go ahead with that location. This is how we identify a hotel.
Understood, sir. So how do you ensure smooth operations?
Once we are finalized with the locations of the hotel, we ensure that the property is standardized as per the standards of Grand Continent Hotels. 2 things. One thing, either we take a new building and then we operate the hotel, or we take a running hotel and then we start operating as a Grand Continent. But before taking that as Grand Continent, we ensure that we refurbish the rooms, we ensure that the interiors are changed. So whatever requires to ensure that the standards of our Grand Continent are maintained, after that only we start with the operations of the hotel. So once we are through with all the basics, the next step is the recruitment of the staff happens. Once the recruitment is completed, we ensure that the staffs are sent to our existing running hotel of Grand Continent, and post which they are trained in the place for 60 days minimum, and then they will be placed in the new property. But the one more important thing in this is we just don't even send them across alone. We send them along with people who have worked here with Grand Continent for 2 to 3 years, and then send them along with them, so that from the day one the operations are very smooth and we ensure that the quality is maintained. So this is the prima facie of it.
So sir, what are the different avenues for revenue for GCH?
Okay. GCS has got revenues from 3 different segments. We have people with the corporates, we have people coming down for the leisure, and we have people coming from the pilgrimage centers. The corporates, we have different tie-ups with different corporates in India. With most of the top corporates in Bangalore, Hyderabad and Chennai, yes, we have tied up with them. So we get a constant business from them, and our revenue of 60% for these hotels are from these major clients from the corporates. And for the leisure, we have a strong support from the top travel agencies in India. Plus, you have bookings from the OTAs like MakeMyTrip, Booking.com, and Agoda, and all the other people supports us. Pilgrimage centers, they are mostly walk-ins, and they too come in through the OTAs. So these flows, these are the major revenue flows for us, which cuts the money into Grand Continent. These are the major source of income for us.
Understood. And what is the cost that goes into for running these operations and these hotels?
Okay, the major cost for running these operations for our Grand Continent is only two segments mainly. One is the leasing. We take the property on a lease. So 30% of our revenue, 25 to 30% goes on the leasing part of it. Then we have the next expenditure comes into the staff salaries, which is also equivalently high.
But their other operational costs are very minimal as compared to other hotels, since they have a group concern of 16 hotels with a rate tie-up with every vendor out there that helps them cut the cost. So sir, what has been the growth story for GCH in the past 3 years?
The last 3 years has been a very, very successful year for Grand Continent. 2023, we closed with a top number of 17 crores. 2024, we closed with 32 crores. And this fiscal year, in the first 6 months of operations, we have crossed around about 30 crores, which is really amazing. I thank the entire team who's behind Grand Continent and who's been supporting me to achieve this. You should understand the PAT for this hotel in 2024 was around about 4 crores, and this fiscal year, first half, the first 6 months itself, we have crossed 6.38, which is very, very commendable and which shows the strength of Grand Continent.
So sir, now that you're raising funds for an IPO, where will the proceeds be utilized?
Okay. The proceeds of these IPO, whatever we are getting it, so we're going to utilize it mainly for the growth of the company. And for the expansion of Grand Continent Hotels. And moreover, we are going to utilize it for clearing a few debt of ours, which is in the books right now. So we would like to be a debt-free company.
So apart from the south, which regions is GCH planning to expand in?
GCH has already expanded and it's been very, very, very well known brand in the southern part of India. From now onwards, our entire concentration is going to be on expanding in the northern and the western part of India.
GCH isn't just another hotel chain, it's redefining the mid-scale hospitality industry in India.